And welcome to Cambridge Chemistry channel with Sarvat Ahmed. Be sure to like the video and subscribe the channel and hit the icon button to get more notification. In this video I will continue the 5070 May June 23 question paper 11. Question number 21. The elements are arranged in groups and periods in the periodic table. Which row is correct? Group determined by the number of electrons in the valence in the outer shell. Yes, it is correct. Group determined by the number of electrons in the outer shell. Period determined by the number of occupied shells. It is correct. Elements in the periodic table are arranged by increasing atomic number. It is also correct. So A option is correct option, because number of electrons in the outer shell determine the group number of occupied shells determine the period number, and elements are arranged in the periodic table on the basis of ascending proton number or increasing proton number. Question number 22. Sodium, potassium and rubidium are in group 1 of the periodic table. Chlorine, bromine and iodine are in the group 7. Which statement is correct? Bromine displaces chlorine from an aqueous solution of sodium chloride. It is incorrect, because bromine is less reactive than chlorine, so cannot displace chlorine from an aqueous solution of sodium chloride. B option is iodine is discharged at the negative electrode when concentrated aqueous potassium iodide is electrolyzed. Iodine is discharged at the negative electrode. No, it is incorrect. It is positive electrode when concentrated aqueous potassium iodide is electrolyzed, so it is also incorrect. Rubidium has a greater tendency to form positive ions than potassium, so it is correct, because rubidium is below than potassium in group 1, because in group 1 lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, so rubidium is more reactive metal than potassium, so rubidium has a greater tendency to form positive ions than potassium. Sodium and potassium both react with water, but reaction is more violent with sodium. No, reaction is more violent with potassium, because sodium is above than potassium and potassium is more reactive than sodium, so it is also incorrect. C option is correct option. Question number 23. Which statement about transitional elements and their compound is correct? Copper 2 oxide catalyzes the conversion of sulfuric acid to copper 2 sulfate. Copper 2 oxide catalyzed. No. Sulfuric acid to copper 2 sulfate. So it is not catalyzed, just react with sulfuric acid to form copper 2 sulfate. So it is, and copper 2 oxide, please always keep it in mind that the catalyst does not become the part of the compound, so it is incorrect. Iron allows hydrogen and nitrogen to react at a lower temperature. Iron allows, yes, iron used as a catalyst when nitrogen react with hydrogen to form ammonia. So iron used as a catalyst. So iron allows hydrogen and nitrogen to react at lower temperature. So B option is correct. Nickel increases the rate of reaction between hydrogen and unsaturated hydrocarbon. So it is also incorrect. Vanadium 5 oxide speed up the oxidation of sulfur to sulfur dioxide. No, it is used in sulfur dioxide when react with oxygen to form sulfur trioxide, not sulfur to sulfur dioxide. This is reversible reaction and vanadium 5 oxide is used, so it is also incorrect. 3 statements about the properties of metals are shown. All metals conduct electricity. All metals have 2 electrons in their innermost shell. All metals have two elements, two electrons. All metals have two electrons in their innermost shell. All metals have high melting point. So all metals are good conductor of electricity. All metals have uh, two electrons in their innermost shell. Yes, it is correct. All metals have high melting. No, not all metals. Group 1 metals have low melting point. So that's why 1 and 2 is correct. So A option is correct option. Question number 25. Which statements about metals and their uses are correct? Aluminium is used to make overhead electrical cables because it has low density. Yes, it is correct. This is the use of aluminium. Aluminium is used to make food container because it is resistant to corrosion. Yes, this is also correct. Copper is used to make electrical wiring because it is ductile. Yes, it is correct. So when 1, 2, 3 are correct, the D option is correct option. Stainless steel is an alloy. It contains iron and more than one other elements. Which elements other than iron are commonly used in stainless steel? In stainless steel, along in addition to iron, there are carbon and nickel are used in making stainless steel. So not copper, not chromium, copper, nickel and carbon. So C option is correct option. Question number 27. The equations for some of the reactions of metal Q, R and T are shown. QNO3 plus copper to form 2Q and copper 2 nitrate. Yes, R it means copper is more reactive than QNO3. R react with TSO4 to form T solid, and it means R is more reactive than T. T plus sulfuric acid to form TSO4 and H2. So using equation, what is the order of reactivity of Q, R and T? Most reactive is R, because R react with TSO4 and TSO4. So Q is not reactive because copper displaces Q, so Q is not most reactive. Then T is not most reactive because R can displace T, so R is more reactive, so it is also incorrect. R is least reactive. R is not least reactive because R displaces T and T displaces hydrogen ion. It means R is more reactive than T and T is more reactive than Q. So this option is also incorrect. C option, R is more reactive, T is less than R and Q is less than T, because R displaces T and T displaces hydrogen ion. So T is above than, but not above than R. So and if copper displaces Q, so copper Q is placed over here, so that's why Q is least reactive. Hydrogen over here, Q, and Q is placed over here because copper displaces Q. So R, T and Q, and R displaces T, so R is over here, H, C, U and Q in reactivity series, and because R displaces T, so T is less reactive than T, so R, T and Q. C option is correct. Zinc is used to galvanize iron, which prevents the iron from rusting. Which statement is correct? The layer of zinc forms a barrier between the iron and the oxygen and the water in the atmosphere. Yes, it is correct, because zinc is more reactive than iron, and zinc reacts earlier than iron with oxygen and water. Zinc will oxidize before the iron does, even if the layer of zinc is secure. Yes, it is correct, because zinc is more reactive than iron, so zinc reacts earlier. Statement 3, when iron rusts, atoms of iron gain electrons to form ions. When iron rusts, atoms of iron not gain electrons, loses electron. Okay, iron is a metal, so iron loses to form Fe2O3 dot H2O in the presence of oxygen and iron plus O2 plus water. So iron loses electron, not gains electron. So this option is incorrect. A option is 1 and 2, so A is correct option. 3 statements about the extraction of aluminium are shown. The electrolyte is aluminium oxide dissolved in molten cryolite. Aluminium oxide dissolved in, yes, aluminium, because aluminium oxide has high melting point, to lower the melting point, molten cryolite is used. Or in other words, we can say that aluminium oxide dissolved in a mold, it acts as a solvent. First option is correct. Carbon is used for both the cathode and anode. Yes, it is correct, because in case of aluminium extraction, graphite is used as a cathode and carbon rods are used as anode, so carbon is used for both the cathode and anode. Carbon dioxide is given off at the cathode. No, carbon dioxide is given off at anode, so it is incorrect. Which statements are correct? 1 and 2 are correct. What is a cause of deoxygenation of water in lakes? Acid rain, cause of deoxygenation. Deoxygenation is a deficient of oxygen in water. And what is the cause of deoxygenation of water in lake? Not acid rain, excess calcium hydroxide. No, not excess calcium hydroxide. Insoluble nitrates. No, nitrates are all nitrates are soluble. Soluble fertilizers. So this option, because soluble fertilizers use oxygen. Soluble fertilizers reach in the water of lakes, ponds and streams, and used oxygen to oxidize nitrate ions. So that's why used oxygen of water to oxidize, and resulting the growth of algae on the surface of water. So this is the cause of deoxygenation of water in lakes, soluble in fertilizers. Question number 31, dissolved substances can cause eutrophication and the deoxygenation of water. Yes, dissolved substance can cause eutrophication and the deoxygenation of water. How many of the ions shown cause this effect? So carbonate, nitrate ions and phosphate ions, these two ions are source of eutrophication. Okay, because they deplete the oxygen from water and causes eutrophication, and eutrophication is the unintentional growth of algal plants due to excessive use of fertilizers. So these two are sources of eutrophication in water. So B option is correct option. Which statement about global warming is correct? A methane produced A is methane produced by digestion in animals has no effect on the rate of global warming. So methane produced by digestion in animals has no effect on the methane is not produced by the digestion in animals, and it has effect on the rate of global warming. So this is incorrect statement. The products of burning fossil fuels have no effect on the rate of global warming. Burning of fossil fuels does effect on the rate of global warming. So this is also incorrect. The products of decomposition of vegetation have no effect. This is also incorrect. The products of photosynthesis have no effect on the rate of global. Yes, this is correct option, because products of photosynthesis is glucose and oxygen, and it have both have no effect on the rate of global warming. So D option is correct. The structure of three compound W, X and Y are shown. Which statement about these three compounds are correct? W and Y are both alcohols and X is carboxylic acid. Yes, this is alcohol, this is carboxylic acid, and this is also alcohol. So first statement is correct. WXY have the same molecular formula. WXY has the same molecular formula. No, this is not correct, because this is C3 3H8O2, and this is C3H6O2, and this is 1 2 3 C3 3 6 7 8 H8O2. So WXY have not the same formula. W and Y are structural isomers of each other. W and Y, this is W and this is Y. Yes, this is C3H8O2 and this is also C3H8O2. Both have same molecular formula but different structural formula. So third option is also correct. So if 1 and 3 is correct, the option B is correct. Question number 34. What is the displayed formula of propyl methanoate? Propyl has 3 carbon and methanoate has 1 carbon. Mean 3 carbon alcohol is present. Alcohol react with 1 carbon methanoic acid. मतलब propanol plus methanoic acid, and methanoic acid has 1 carbon, propanol has 3 carbon. So what would be the displayed formula of propyl methanoate? Propyl methanoate, this is ethyl, and this is propanoate, methyl propanoate, so this is incorrect. This is 1 2 3 4 butanoic acid, this is also incorrect. 1 2, this is ethyl ethanoate, this is butanoic acid, this is promethyl propanoate. So this is methyl propanoate, sorry, this is propyl methanoate. So D option is correct option. Question number 35. The table shows some of the fractions obtained by the fractional distillation of petroleum and their uses. Bitumen making road, yes, this is correct. Kerosene chemical, no, this is incorrect. Naphtha jet fuel, so kerosene used as a jet fuel, naphtha used for chemical stock. Refinery gases heating and cooking, yes, this is correct. use and fraction. So if 1 and 4, B option is correct option. Question number 36. Which equation shows the reaction of ethane with chlorine in the presence of ultraviolet rays, ultraviolet light? C2H6 plus Cl2. So this is not correct, because this is not substitution reaction, because the C2H6Cl2, this is incorrect option. C2H6 plus Cl2, C2H4, C2H4Cl2 plus H2. No, H2 is not the byproduct, so this is correct, but this is also not correct, because 1 mole of chlorine substituted only one hydrogen atom, C2H6Cl2, C2H5Cl. Yes, this is correct. HCl is formed, C2H5. Only one hydrogen is displaced by one chlorine atom and HCl is formed. C option is correct option. 37 question. Hexane 3-ol is an alcohol. How many molecules of oxygen are needed for the complete combustion of 1 mole of hexane 3-ol? So hexane 3-ol, C6 3 2 5 2 7 8 or and 2 8 and 2 10 13, C6 8 13 OH plus O2 plus CO2 plus water. So 13 14 7 water and 6 carbon over here. So 6 2s are 12, 12 and 7 19. So 19, if 19 oxygen on this side, so 8 2s are 9 2s are 18 and 1 19. So 9 oxygen. A option is correct option. An organic compound P is dissolved in water. The concentration of the solution is 0.1 mole per dm cube and the pH is 3. Is dissolved in water. A solid is added to the solution and effervescence is seen. Which equation could represent this reaction? Carboxylic acid and magnesium is solid, is dissolved in water. This is acid. The concentration of solution is 0.1 mole per dm. The pH is 3. So this is weak acid, pH is 3. Solid is added to the solution and effervescence in hydrogen gas in the form of effervescence. So this is correct option, because correct chemical equation is there. Magnesium carrying 2 plus charge, so twice magnesium, and 2 place over here to balance this acid. So this is correct. This is aqueous, this is aqueous, and this is gas. This is not correct, because this formula is incorrect and balancing is incorrect. So this option is incorrect. K2CO3 2K, no, this is not correct formula. So this is also incorrect. 2HCl KCl plus CO2 plus water. HCl has pH nearly 1 to 2, so that's why it is also incorrect. A option is correct option. Question number: a paper chromatography is used to find RF value of Fe3 plus the chromatogram is shown. To make the spot containing iron 3 more visible, the paper is sprayed with aqueous sodium hydroxide so that precipitate of iron 3 hydroxide form. In the chromatogram, the RF of Fe3 is given by 1 is x over y. Gap 1 is x over y, because x is the distance travelled by the solute and y is the distance travelled by the solvent. This is solvent, this is the distance travelled by the solvent, and this is the distance travelled by the solute. So this is equal to RF value. So x and y, x over y. And the color of the precipitate is iron 3 when react with sodium hydroxide to form FeOH thrice, and the color is red brown precipitate. So A option is correct option. A laboratory has a powdered mixture of solid iodine and solid carbon. Iodine is very soluble in hexane and slightly soluble in water. Carbon is insoluble in both solvent. One sample of the mixture is shaken with hexane. This is X. Powdered mixture of solid iodine and solid carbon. Soluble in hexane, slightly soluble in water. Carbon is insoluble in both solvent. One sample of the mixture is shaken with hexane. This is X. Another sample of mixture is shaken with water. This is Y. Which procedure is used to prepare a pure sample of iodine? Iodine is slightly soluble in water, very soluble in hexane. Which procedure is used to prepare pure sample of iodine? X is distilled and the distillate is evaporated to dryness. No, this is not correct. X is distilled. Iodine has aqueous iodine has higher boiling point than hexane. So X is filtered, not distilled, and the distillate is evaporated. X is filtered. Yes, X is filtered and filtrate is allowed to evaporate to dryness. So X is filtered and filtrate is allowed to evaporate to dryness. Yes, this is correct option. So this is all about of the question paper 1-1 of May-June 23. Hopefully you understood the MCQs. If you understood, please like the video. Thank you. Okay, Allah Hafiz.